Ladies and gentlemen, you know, there comes a moment, and it comes for all of us, a moment when you're sitting there, just you and the silence, no noise, no applause, no comfort, no rescue, just you. And you realize, deep in your bones, that no one is coming, nobody, not your mama, not your daddy, not your friends, not your boss, not your idols, not your government, not even your mentor, your coach, your pastor. No one is coming to save you, and see that moment, that realization, that's not your end, that's your beginning, because when you finally wake up and see that you've been waiting for somebody to hand you a break, to lift you up, to clear your path, to give you permission, when you see it ain't happening, that's the moment you get free. That's when you stop being a victim of your life and start being the author of it. Some of y'all been praying for a sign. Let me tell you something, this is your sign. You've been praying for change. You are the change. You keep waiting on a miracle to show up on your doorstep. You are the miracle. See, somewhere along the way, we got comfortable with excuses. We got addicted to the idea that somebody somewhere owes us something, that we just need the right opportunity, the right connection, the right chance. And then boom, everything's gonna fall in place. But life don't work like that. Life don't give out trophies for potential. It gives rewards to the committed, to the consistent, to the ones who show up when it's hard, when it's cold, when no one's watching, when nothing's working, and they still get up. Still grind, still believe. You want to know why no one's coming to save you, because it ain't their job, it's yours. The world don't care about your feelings, it don't care about your comfort. Life is not a soft bed with warm sheets. It's a storm, and you're either learning to sail through it or you're drowning in it. But here's the good news, and you better listen to this with your spirit wide open. You don't need saving. You don't need permission. You don't need a rescue helicopter. You don't need a magic moment or a lucky break. What you need is to stop playing small, stop shrinking, stop waiting, and stand up. Stand up and take responsibility for your life. Yeah, I said that word, responsibility. That's a word most folks run from like it's fire. But it's the only thing that'll set you free, not blame, not shame, not your story about what they did to you or didn't do for you. That don't liberate you, that just chains you to your past. Responsibility says, I am in charge now, I own this. My life is my fault, and it's also my opportunity. My failure is mine, and so is my victory. My past does not define me, but I will define my future. You got to ask yourself right here, right now, who am I waiting for? Who am I blaming? Who am I expecting to do the work that I was born to do? There's power in realizing you got no backup plan, that there's no cavalry coming, that what you see is what you got, and what you do with it is what'll separate you from the rest. See, your dreams, they're not dying because they're impossible. They're dying because you ain't fighting for 'em, not really. You're flirting with 'em. You visit 'em sometimes. You write 'em down in your little notebook, and then you put it back on the shelf and go watch Netflix. But dreams don't live in notebooks. They live in sweat, in grind, in repetition. In the ugly, lonely hours when no one claps for you and no one cares. That's where greatness lives, and don't think I don't see you. Some of you been through hell. Some of you carry pain so heavy you don't even talk about it no more. Betrayal, abuse, rejection, poverty, heartbreak, abandonment, I see it. I respect it. But listen to me. Do not let what happened to you become an excuse for what you refuse to do now. You survived. Good. Now build from that. Use it. Don't curse your wounds. Make them sacred. Make them part of your story, part of your rise. You got trauma. Who doesn't? Life wounds everybody. But don't let those wounds turn into walls. Let them become windows. Let the light in. Let your pain teach you. But never let it tame you. You better believe nobody owes you healing. Nobody owes you understanding. You owe you that. You owe you the discipline to keep going when it hurts. You owe you the fire to rise when everything inside says quit. Discipline is loving yourself enough to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's getting up early. It's shutting out the noise. It's saying no to temptation. It's doing the same boring work again and again until the results show up. You want transformation. You want resurrection. Then you gotta die to your excuses. You gotta bury your comfort zone. You gotta crucify your laziness and rise with purpose. And don't you dare look at somebody else and say, well, they had it easier. What do you know about their fight? What do you know about the demons they battled in the dark? Stop measuring your journey against their highlight reel. That's poison. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. That's it. Every single day you get a choice. Lie down or rise up. Complain or conquer. Shrink or stretch. Survive or thrive. Every day is a war and the battlefield is your mind. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. Your thoughts become actions. Your actions become habits. Your habits become your destiny. So what are you thinking? What are you planting in your soil? Seeds of fear or seeds of faith? You better believe in something greater than yourself. And I'm not just talking religion. I'm talking vision. Purpose, calling, the understanding that you were not put here just to get by, to pay bills and die. You were put here to build something, to grow something, to become something. You've got greatness in you, but it's locked. And the key, that's work, that's courage, that's accountability. You want self-esteem, do esteemable things, keep your promises, tell the truth, push when you're tired, stay when it's uncomfortable, speak life over your situation. Learn when you fail, celebrate when you win, but stay humble. Always stay humble, because pride'll make you fall faster than any enemy ever could. The devil don't need to destroy you if he can distract you. You hear me. You keep getting distracted by things that don't feed your future, by people who don't sharpen you, by habits that numb you. But freedom ain't found in indulgence. It's found in discipline. In clarity, in focus. You want to fly, cut the weights. Stop dragging around your past like a corpse. Stop hanging on to old stories, old habits, old identities. You are not who hurt you. You are not who left you. You are not your failures. You are who you decide to become. And don't confuse movement with progress. You can run in circles all day and still go nowhere. You got a move with direction, with intention. That's how you build something real. You say you're tired, then rest, don't quit. You say it's hard, of course it is. Anything worth having is hard. Easy is where dreams go to die. You want to make your mark on this world, then make it. Don't wait for someone to call your name. Don't wait for permission to step into your greatness. Give yourself the green light, because the harsh truth is this: no one's coming, but the beautiful truth is, you're already here. Everything you need is already in your hands. You got breath in your lungs. You got a shot. You got time on the clock. You got purpose. You got pain in your story. You got fuel. God didn't bring you this far to leave you now, but he sure ain't gonna carry you across the finish line. That's on you. He gave you the tools, the hands, the mind, the breath, the fight. Now use 'em. So stop waiting, stop whining, stop dreaming and start doing. You've got one life, one. What are you gonna do with it? You gonna sit there and scroll through other people's lives? Or you gonna stand up and write your own? You gonna complain about the rain? Or you gonna dance in it? Everything you want is on the other side of sacrifice, of struggle, of silence, of doing the damn work when no one claps, no one notices, and no one cares. Because the truth is, when it's all said and done, when the lights go out and the stage is empty, there's only one person you have to answer to. One. Did you fight for it? Did you show up for yourself? Did you become who you were born to be? No one can answer that for you, and no one is coming to save you. Radical responsibility is freedom means this. You stop blaming. You stop waiting. You stop expecting someone else to change your life. It's the moment you look in the mirror and say, if it's to be, it's up to me. No more pointing fingers at your past, your parents, your environment, your boss, your friends, or the world. Because here's the truth. The second you give away responsibility, you give away power. Taking radical responsibility doesn't mean everything that happened to you was your fault. But it does mean that what you do next, that's your choice, that's your move, that's your power. Responsibility is not a burden, it's a blessing. It means you're in control now. You own your story, and when you own it, you can rewrite it. Radical responsibility is the doorway to freedom, because when you stop waiting on someone else to save you, you realize you never needed saving at all. Discipline is what carries you when emotions betray you, because let me tell you something, emotions are liars, they change with the wind. One minute they're telling you to get up and chase the dream, and the next they're whispering that you're tired, that it's too late, that you're not good enough. Emotions are passengers. They ride along, they comment, they complain, they celebrate, but they don't drive. Discipline drives. You can't build greatness on feelings. You build it on habits, on decisions, on the quiet commitment to do the thing, no matter what mood you wake up in. Because if you only work when you feel like it, if you only grind when the vibe is right, then your results will always be inconsistent. They'll mirror your feelings, up one day, down the next. You can't win like that. See, discipline is choosing purpose over pleasure. It's looking at the distractions, the temptations, the instant gratification, and saying, not today. I've got somewhere to be. It's training your body, your mind, your spirit to obey your vision, not your cravings. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's what separates the people who talk about what they want from the ones who actually go out and get it. Emotions are a gift, but they're not a guide. They're signals, not steering wheels, and sometimes they're straight-up liars. Sometimes your feelings will tell you you're a failure even when you're just getting started. Sometimes they'll scream at you to quit, when really you're just a few inches away from breakthrough. Sometimes they'll beg you to stay comfortable when your future is screaming for you to evolve. That's why discipline matters, because discipline shows up when you don't want to. It laces up the shoes, hits the gym, opens the book, gets on the grind, even when the motivation is nowhere to be found. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is foundational. You think champions feel like waking up at 4 a.m. You think world. Class performers always feel inspired. No. They have the same doubts, the same fatigue, the same distractions. But they do it anyway. That's what makes them different. That's what makes them dangerous. Every time you choose discipline, you're building a new version of yourself. You're casting votes for the future you. Every rep at the gym, every chapter read, every dollar saved, every second you keep your focus when your mind wants to drift. That's you becoming stronger. That's you saying, I am in control, not my fear, not my past, not my weakness. Discipline is not sexy. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's boring, it's repetitive, it's often lonely, but it's sacred, it's spiritual, because every time you do what needs to be done without applause, you are worshiping your future. You are honoring your potential, you are respecting the gift that you are. Now let me say this, emotion can be a powerful spark. It can light the match, a heartbreak, a loss, a moment of inspiration. That can all start a fire. But only discipline keeps that fire burning. Only discipline will carry you through the dark nights when you don't want to move, when you want to stay in bed, when no one is watching, when no one claps, when no one texts you to say keep going. Discipline is quiet, but its results are loud. You walk in a room different when you've been living with discipline. People can see it in your eyes. They hear it in your words. They feel it in your energy. That's the kind of power you can't fake. That's the kind of power that only comes from being battle-tested, from doing it even when you didn't want to. Don't confuse discipline with perfection. This isn't about never failing. This is about failing and getting back up. This is about missing the mark and showing up again tomorrow. This is about consistency, not flawlessness. Discipline says, I'm not going to let one bad day ruin a good year. I'm not going to let one mistake write my story. I'm not going to let my emotions drive me into a ditch and then live there. You are not your feelings. You are not your fear. You are not your fatigue. You are the one who decides what comes next. You are the one who sets the standard, and that standard, that's your identity. Every time you choose discipline, you are voting for the person you're becoming. You're saying, this is who I am now. This is what I do. This is how I show up, regardless of how I feel. Discipline is where transformation lives, not in hype, not in big speeches, not in short bursts of energy, but in the daily, unsexy choices, the morning routines, the hard conversations, the gym sessions, the focused hours, the missed parties, the silent sacrifices. And that's why most people don't win. Because most people would rather feel good than be good. They'd rather be liked than be excellent. They'd rather be comfortable than be great. But you, if you want to be different, if you want to be uncommon, you've got to choose discipline, not once, every day, again and again, when it hurts, when it's boring, when it's invisible. Don't chase your goals when you're inspired. Chase them until they're real. Show up for yourself like you'd show up for someone you love. Speak to yourself like you'd speak to your best friend. Push yourself like your life depends on it. Because it does, the version of you you're dreaming of, that version is built with daily decisions, not emotion. Not luck, not talent, decisions made in the dark, made in silence, made when no one's cheering. That's the secret. That's the blueprint. That's how legends are made. Pain has a way of knocking the wind out of you. It hits you deep, sometimes without warning. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't care about your schedule, your plans, your dreams. It just comes, and when it comes, it leaves something behind. A scar, a question, a silence. Some of you know what I'm talking about. You've been through things that nobody saw, nobody understood, and maybe nobody ever will. Pain that made you question if you'd ever smile again. Pain that made you build walls so thick you forgot what it felt like to feel. Pain that didn't just hurt. You carved it into your identity, but listen to me. Just because pain visited your life doesn't mean it gets to own your life. See, pain, when it's not processed right, it becomes poison. It makes you bitter, small, afraid. It turns you into a shell of who you could be. But when you face it, when you confront it, when you transform it, then pain becomes power. It becomes fuel. It becomes the fire that drives you through the storm, the grit that keeps you standing when everything else says fall. Some of the strongest people I've ever seen didn't get strong because life was kind. They got strong because life hit them hard, and they hit back harder. They learned to take the pain, the rejection, the disappointment, the betrayal, and they didn't just survive it, they built on it. They turned that pain into purpose, that heartbreak into hunger, that trauma into tenacity. Your pain doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're alive. It means you've been through something, and that something, that story, that's yours. That's the part of you that can reach people. That's the part of you that holds truth, empathy, wisdom, because nobody listens to someone who's never been in the valley. People follow people who have bled and still walk with their head held high. People believe in those who have seen the dark and still carry light. You think your pain disqualifies you. It qualifies you. It equips you. It prepares you for the very thing you were born to do. But you've got to flip the narrative. You've got to stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what can I create from this? That's the difference between prisoners and leaders. One gets stuck in the story. The other writes a new one. So many people are carrying their pain like a burden when it could be their breakthrough. They're carrying shame like it's a name tag, like it's a life sentence. But shame is a lie. Pain is real. But shame is a lie. The world may have called you damaged, weak, lost, but hear me. You are not your wounds. You are not what happened to you. You are not who left. You are not what you lost. You are what you choose to become from it. There's something inside you that pain woke up. A fire, a voice, a strength. You never knew how much fight was in you until you got hit. You never knew how much faith was in you until everything crumbled and you were still breathing. You never knew how much light you carried until the darkness tried to swallow you. Use that, let it drive you, let it sharpen your focus, let it humble you and deepen your hunger. The world tells you to hide your pain, to keep it pretty, to keep it together, but real growth doesn't happen in pretty places. It happens in the mud, in the mess, in the rock bottom where nobody sees you and you've got nothing left but your will to rise. That's where the roots go deep. That's where character is born. That's where you stop being who you were and become who you were meant to be. You want to inspire people, show them what you did with your pain. Show them how you turned it into art, into love, into business, into mission, into music, into movement. Show them how you used your pain as a ladder, not a cage, not a crutch. And don't get me wrong, it's gonna hurt. Healing hurts, growth hurts. Facing the things you buried, the memories you avoid, the questions that still haunt you. That's hard, but ignoring it is harder in the long run. That's how you stay stuck. That's how you stay angry. That's how you stay numb, and numb might feel safe, but numb can't build nothing. You can't build a legacy in survival mode. You've got to feel it to heal it. You've got to let it burn so it can forge you into steel. Because you weren't meant to break and stay broken. You were meant to break open, to stretch, to become. Your pain is not a wall, it's a window. It's trying to show you something about who you are and who you're meant to be. If you look closely enough, you'll see that every wound carries a whisper, there's more in you, keep going. Every scar says, you made it, you're still here. Every tear watered the soil that your future is growing in. You may have come from pain, but you don't have to stay there. You can rise, you can heal, you can choose to use it. Let your pain become your fuel. The thing that wakes you up early, that keeps you disciplined, that reminds you why you can't quit. That's what fuel does. It keeps the engine moving when the road gets tough. You ever see somebody who's on fire for what they do, who shows up with passion, with drive, with clarity, 9 times out of 10? That's someone who's been through something. They're not just working for success. They're working because they know what it costs them. They know how it feels to lose, to be at the bottom, and they made a vow not to go back. That kind of hunger don't come from comfort. It comes from pain. That's why you've got to stop running from it. Stop medicating it. Stop pretending it's not there. Face it, feel it, and then flip it. Turn it into action, into growth, into fire. Pain is a gift when you stop letting it define you and start letting it drive you. Because the truth is, life's not about avoiding the fire, it's about learning how to walk through it and come out stronger on the other side. There comes a moment when you've got to look around at your life, everything you've built, everything you've lost, everything you've dreamed, and realize nobody's coming, nobody's showing up with a magic key. Nobody's walking through that door with a perfect solution, a step-by-step rescue plan, or the secret to fix your story. No one's got the exact answers to your struggle because the answer is you. You are the answer. All your life you've been taught to look outward for permission, for direction, for validation. You've been told to wait your turn, play it safe, stay in line. You've been programmed to think someone else has the power to make or break your destiny. But that was a lie, a comfortable, dangerous lie, because as long as you believe the answer is somewhere else, somebody else, you will keep waiting, you'll keep hesitating, you'll keep giving your power away. And the clock doesn't stop just because you do. You keep waiting for a mentor, a relationship, a breakthrough, a call, a green light. You tell yourself, once I get that opportunity, once someone notices me, once they pick me, I'll go all in. But the truth is, no one's going to believe in you until you believe in you. No one's going to pick you until you decide you're already chosen. And the moment you stop waiting for the world to hand you a crown and start building your own throne, that's when your life begins to change. It's already in you, every answer you need, every next step, every ounce of grit and genius and greatness. It's been there the whole time, covered by fear, buried under doubt, dimmed by the noise of the world, but still there. Still breathing, still waiting on you. You think you're missing something, you're not. You've got what it takes. You've always had it. The problem is, you've been trained to doubt it. You've been looking for confirmation outside when your conviction should have been enough. Your purpose doesn't need applause to be real. Your vision doesn't need votes. You don't need a crowd to walk in your calling. You just need you focused, faithful, fearless. And maybe you've been knocked down. Maybe life broke your heart, stole your trust, made you question your worth. That's real, but hear me. Pain does not cancel purpose. Delay doesn't mean denial. Failure doesn't mean it's over. It means you've been tested. It means the fire's been refining you. It means you're still standing, still here, still chosen. Stop looking around for someone to unlock the door when you were born with the keys. See, life will teach you how to wait. How to postpone your greatness until everything feels perfect. But perfect never comes. Perfect is a myth. a distraction. The truth is, people out there doing it, they're not smarter than you. They're not more talented than you. They just stopped waiting. They stopped asking for permission and started answering the call. And some of you already know what you need to do. You've heard the whisper. You've seen the signs, but you're scared. You're waiting for a guarantee, for someone to promise it'll all work out. But that's not how this works. There's no guarantee. There's only go. Go now, go scared, go uncertain, go unqualified, just go. Because courage isn't about having no fear, it's about choosing to move anyway. You are not a mistake. You are not average. You are not random. You were put here on purpose with purpose. You were built for something. And every time you ignore that, every time you doubt that, every time you shrink to make others comfortable, you are robbing the world of the gift that is you. You want change, be the change. You want growth. Start with yourself. You want greatness. Dig it out of the mess, the doubt, the fear, because no one's handing it to you. You've got to claim it. You've got to rise up and own your story, not the pretty version, the real one. The one with the scars, the silence, the setbacks. That's where your power lies, and don't confuse noise with value. Just because everyone's doing it one way doesn't mean it's right for you. Just because they don't understand your dream doesn't mean it's not valid. Just because they doubt you doesn't mean you're wrong. Sometimes your calling is so personal, so specific, so sacred. They're not supposed to get it. It's not theirs to carry, it's yours. You were born with a fire. Not everybody sees it, not everybody claps for it, but you feel it, you know it. That quiet ache that says, there's more in me. That restless stirring that says, I can't live small anymore. That's the call. That's the signal, and that's your answer, you. You're the one who gets to decide how this story goes. You're the one who gets to flip the script. You're the one who gets to rise from the ruins and build something that never existed before. You're not here to repeat history, you're here to make it. And maybe you weren't raised with resources. Maybe no one ever gave you a blueprint. But sometimes what you didn't get is exactly what makes you dangerous. Sometimes having to build from scratch makes you a better builder. Sometimes hunger beats privilege every time. Because when it's in you, it doesn't matter who doubts you. It doesn't matter how slow it starts. It doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is that you show up. What matters is that you answer that voice inside that keeps whispering more. The world doesn't need another copy, another trend, another echo. The world needs your truth, your voice, your fight, your fingerprint. The world needs you, fully you, unapologetically you, unshaken even when you're scared, undeterred even when you're doubted. So stop asking who's going to help you. Start asking how you're going to help yourself. Stop waiting for signs and start becoming one. Stop hoping for the hero and realize you are it. You are the answer. You are the permission. You are the open door. Walk through it.